Now, UK football still has a great shot at their first bowl game in years, but it doesn't make this weekend's loss at Tennessee any easier to stomach. The Cats hung with the Vols early on. They racked up more than 400 yards on the ground, but the defense couldn't make a stop, and the offense came up short time after time in the red zone. The Cats also lost a lot of players to injuries during the game, and Mark Stoops said there were a lot of mistakes as well.
We did not play clean enough to win. We know that going into this game that you're going to be put under some pressure and on the perimeter, and they finished off some big runs, and I thought that was the difference.
You know, Tennessee, Mary Jo, did finish off some big runs, but so did Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky had 443 yards rushing. That's the second most in the history of the series. It's the most yards a team has run for this year and lost. So that wasn't the problem, but there were some others.
There were some problems. You can't give up touchdowns and kick field goals. So the red zone issues were definitely there. But Kentucky's offense was wonderful. They're one-dimensional, and they were still able to do that. So it's like they found a whole new way to lose to Tennessee.
They did, and that was by being absolutely destroyed by their offense. All the injuries to Kentucky, I think, was what killed them. Once Jordan Jones went out, Westry went out, Denzel Ware was out for a while, Derek Beatty was out for a while. Yeah. I mean, they just ultimately had too few players. I was a little disappointed, though, Mark Stoops and the coaches weren't a little more aggressive on the offensive end because they knew they couldn't stop them, and they would kick field goals. I'd rather them just gone for it.
Especially when it started after that Benny Snell touchdown, when it could have been a 5-point game, or turnover, I'm sorry, could have been a 5-point game, instead it turns into a 19-point game. That's when they started to get more aggressive.
And it was over at that moment. Still going forward. Last year against Tennessee, absolutely destroyed. The year before, destroyed. I mean, they were not able to be competitive in those games. They are competitive now, and that is a difference.
They're better.
They are better.
They are a better team. It makes me really hate that Southern Miss loss because we could be going for 7 wins this weekend.
That's exactly right.
All right, let's switch gears to UK basketball. The Cats tipped off the season and showed a few cracks against better competition this weekend. UK got off to a fast start against Stephen F. Austin Friday night. The Cats finished with 5 players in double digits. They won at 87-64. And Sunday, Kentucky hosted Canisius. And the first half was tough. They couldn't defend and couldn't hit a jump shot. But then Isaiah Briscoe helped pace the team to win 93-69. Matt, how important is Isaiah Briscoe to leading this team? Cal says he's dragging them. What do you make of Isaiah Briscoe?
I thought he was great last night. I mean, I thought he played one of the best games I've seen from him. Probably the best game in his career. And when everything else was going bad, he was able to get to the basket. He shoots the ball better. I'm just a huge Isaiah Briscoe fan, and they're going to need him because the freshmen showed, Mary Jo, like most freshmen, they're inconsistent.
Absolutely. Now, Bam stayed in the game Sunday. He couldn't on Friday because of foul trouble, so I'm interested to see if he can stay in the lineup against Michigan State.
Are you worried about jump shooting? I mean, they first half didn't make a 3. Is that something that concerns you long term?
No, not really. I was surprised that Mulder didn't get a few more minutes when they were struggling with the outside shot just to see if he could come in and provide that, but I'm not worried about it all.
I'm not worried either. Derek Willis, though, got to play better defense because he's the difference in shooting, but he's got to stay in the game, and that's the problem.
Most high schoolers want to grab the spotlight when they make their college choice, but Kentucky's latest recruit made his choice official at 8 a.m. on Twitter. A lot of us were still sleeping.
I was.
Former Florida recruit Shai Alexander committed to the Cats this morning. The 4-star point guard decommitted from the Gators, and Coach Cal offered him after watching him play on Halloween. Now he joins 5 stars Nick Richards and P.J. Washington in the class of 2017. But Matt, Cal is not done looking for guards.
I like this slow motion of him in court 2 at that tournament. I like Shai Alexander. I think he's a lot better than his number 48 ranking suggests. He didn't play AAU this summer. And when you don't play AAU, for people who don't watch it, the summer between your junior and senior year is when your ranking is made, and he didn't play, so it was easy for him to drop. Plus, he's from Canada. They don't really know how to judge people in Canada because the competition's not the same. I think he's one of the 5 best point guards. I think Kentucky might still get another point guard in addition to him. Cal's got to get a lot of players. Good pickup, not a one-and-done kid. Probably will be here a while.
That's what I like about this, too, okay? And he was also very complimentary to Florida in his Twitter announcements, thanking them for everything. I thought he did this with a lot of class and shows what kind of character I think he has.
Yeah, it was very early, however, in the morning. A lot of people aren't used to getting kids this low on the rankings, but on this case, I think he'll be great.